Hello. Is this working? I've been trying. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody see me? It just kept spinning and spinning, so I rebooted. Is this working at all? Somebody let me know. Yay! Okay, it's working. Okay. Who's talking German? Germans finding each other. How wonderful. Love. Okay. All right. Woo! Hi guys. Okay, it just kept spinning and I was like, why is it not working? It kept saying going live, but it wasn't going live. Oh, I'm so glad I was able to reboot it. I'm listening while I take a bath. We'll enjoy that bath. Okay. Hi guys. Okay. I'm just happy this worked. Before we start, I just wanted to make a few announcements. So I just wanted to remind you all that I am having a live event, an all-day live event right here where I live in my town of La Prenice in Bretagne, France. We are in the d'Armor, which is the armored coast in the north of France. Very kind of very beautiful, very medieval place where the 100-Year War took place. So there's a lot of spirit activity on this soil. But also where Joan of Arc lived, and tons of castles and all kinds of really cute, cool stuff. So you can make it into kind of a, you know, scratch it off your bucket list, go to France kind of thing. And you get to see me and you get to hug me and we get to have fun. We get to hang out and we're just trying to get a lot of stuff uh, put in there. We're thinking, I haven't figured it all out yet, but we're probably going to do 1 hour live healing session with a professional sound healing therapist, things like that. So it's going to be just a lot of fun. Every year I try to do different things, try to do new things. And of course, channeling is part of the gig, of course. So, August 22nd, 2026, Bretagne, France. Come join me on my live all day event. Okay, tickets are for sale now on my website. Also, I have a Patreon page, patreon.com/Emanuelle McIntosh. I think it is like it's like €5 per month, which is like 550. I think 550 US dollars per month. You can also have a yearly subscription if you want, where you can have access to over 200 channeled posts. And next year, I'm going to put I took extra time in my schedule to really put an extra effort into that. Right now, what I do is every week, I take one of your questions, present it to spirit, and then they have a very extensive talk about it. And then you guys get to see that. Also, there are guided meditation videos on there. There are healing videos on there. There are Q&As on there, behind the scenes videos, and so on and so forth. Okay, a lot of stuff that you can find there. But the announcement is, and you can sign up and cancel at any time. Let's say you want to just sign up for a month and just really binge watch all the stuff, then go for it. Okay, whatever works for your budget. You can cancel after a month, you can sign up so many months later, or you can just really enjoy uh, the weekly free angel card sessions that I do there, just like we're doing today here. I do that weekly on Patreon. But what's coming extra is, like I said, I've changed my schedule a little bit so I can put more effort and more energy into my Patreon page. So starting next year, I don't know if it's going to be January right away. It might be starting February. January is going to be really hectic for me, but definitely starting February, I will start doing these celebrity interviews again with deceased spirits from all over the world. And they will, YouTube will get a little sliver of the interview, but the complete interviews will only be accessible on Patreon. Okay. So if you love those celebrity interviews, just know that they will be available on on my Patreon page. You will also be able to purchase them separate on my Patreon. So Patreon also offers that, let's say you're only interested in one video, that you can purchase the one video. Okay. Does that kind of make sense? On top of that, what I also want to do is create videos where I show you how I make certain cough syrups or things that I use for, teas, certain recipes, certain ointments that I make myself, uh, and so on and so forth. So I want to, and I'm not a doctor, but I'm just going to share what we use at home whenever we have something, and then you do with that what you want. Um, I will share some of my recipes and things like that as well. So we're gonna try, and Gerald's gonna do some stuff as well. We're gonna try and infuse our Patreon page with more content. Okay, so a really good deal, $5 a month, if you ask me, for the amount of content that is on there. Okay, so there, I wanted to get that out of the way. And the weekly live angel card sessions will continue on Patreon as well. And also once a month, I channel Yeshua, where he really, his channelings are just awesome and amazing and encouraging and soothing and healing. And it's just really beautiful. So, yeah. So a lot of fun stuff. Okay. So check out, I'll write it down here. So check out my Patreon page. I also wanted to say that on my and we have done celebrity interviews. For example, I think a few months ago I channeled the captain of the Titanic. And what he had to say about what really happened was very interesting. Go check it out. It's a two-part channeling because it was so long and so detailed. The information that came in was pretty cool. There. Okay, there we go. So you can, oh wait, I did that wrong. It's not Patreon page. Hold on. Oh man. Look at that. I've been kind of off this week. I don't know. It's probably because of the full moon or something. It's affecting me. I'm starting to glitch. Oh Lord. Can't even write my own name right. McIntosh. There we go. Boom. Okay, hopefully that's correct. Oh Lord. Okay. There. All right. So we're gonna do some angel cards today. I randomly go over all the names, and whichever name kind of highlights or gets shiny is the one that I pick. For me, that usually means that spirit wants has a message for you, or it's the right time for you to get a message. Does that kind of make sense? So, that said, Spirit will use other people's messages to pass along a message to you as well. So, I would advise to listen to all the messages. If you are listening to somebody else's message and you're getting these goosebumps, or you get this feeling like, ha, I feel like they're talking about me, then guess what? Spirit is giving you that feeling for a reason. That means they're trying to tell you, pay attention. This is for you as well. Okay. So just know and understand that spirit works through other people's information as well. All right, all right, all right. Let's get started. I can't even get to all of the. Oh, I gotta go live chat there. I was like, where's all my chats? Here we go. And even then, I can't see all of them. Okay. Let's see. Box balloon, is that it? That's fun. A funny name. Box balloon. Okay. Let's see what spirit has to say for you. Why is this not working? It's not my day today, I'm telling you. It is not my day. Okay. Box balloon, box balloon. Which card? Which card? Which card? This one. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just feel off today. It's been like, it's like I'm receiving. That's not it, but it's like the human part of me feels like floaty. Like, woo! I feel like I'm high, but I haven't done anything wrong. So, okay, you got 2 box balloon. Number 18, emotions are energy in motion. Here's card number 1, card number 2, number 32. Fill up your cup. Fill up your cup. Okay. Box balloon. I have to laugh because it's such a funny name. The thing that I'm getting on an intuitive level, it's almost like a part of you is missing. It's almost like you're not whole, you're not complete because you are dismissing the soul part of the creation. You are solely focused on what the human ego wants, but you're dismissing the input and the creation of the soul. It's really important. They're talking about filling up your cup, but it's almost like filling yourself up. As long as you and your soul aren't working together, you're always going to feel stuck. You're going to feel paralyzed. Why? Because the driving force behind the creation is not there. You're trying to create with the human aspect of you, the human ego self. And the human ego self is not there to create, it is there to go through and act and react in the physical form. It's there to have the physical experience, but it is your soul that tries to guide you, put the right people in place, put the right opportunities in place, um, make your environment suitable to be pushed and guided into the direction of the experiences that your soul wants to have. Does that make sense? Your soul is the higher perspective. It knows what it wants to experience. It knows how to get there, and it's trying its very best to make everything clear to you and put everything in place in order to make you successful at that. But the problem is the human ego gets in the way. You're too much in the mind. You're trying to create and be a manifester from a uh, analytical perspective, from a human mind perspective. And the human mind is a program. It'll always sabotage you, it'll always move back into fear, it'll always move back into doubt. It'll always try to convince you that what you want just simply isn't possible. So the human mind is a program made to steer you away from your potential, from your power, from your authentic identification. Okay. Your soul is the one who should be making the decisions. And how do you follow the soul? By following what feels right, by following your intuition, by understanding that in order for you to manifest something, in order for you to attract something into your reality, you have to feel it first. You have to, everything flows from emotional content. Without emotional content, there is no creation. A lot of people think that emotions, or we were taught that emotions are a bad thing. It makes you weak, it makes you vulnerable, it makes you easily manipulated. And that's the thing. It's not. What makes you easily manipulated is fear, and fear is not an emotion. Fear is a program. It is a idea, a definition that many people live with, a truth that many people live with, but it is still an illusion, because in your natural state, fear doesn't exist. It is just an idea that people choose to identify with and choose to allow into their reality in order for it to guide them. And it starts to take over the wheel. And yes, you will have a physical reaction to fear, but it's not an emotional reaction. Okay. True emotions um, come from a deeper foundation of love and light. All right. So understand that what's holding you back is you not aligning or working together with your soul aspect, okay, with your soul essence. So understand, it's almost like release the need to control, to guide, to push the universe to move into a certain direction, and simply go back into a state of flow and listen and work together with your soul through following your intuition, moving forward by what feels right and not what seems right. Okay. If you go with logic, you'll always be disappointed. Telling you, if you go with love, passion, and what feels exciting, if you follow your highest excitement, if you follow the thing that just feels right, you're always going to, even if it's not logic, you're always going to end up having an experience that will benefit you. Does that kind of make sense? So, in order to fill up your cup, in order to feel whole, you have to start working together with the other aspect of yourself and release the need to always have to know where you're going, to know how it's going to work out before you take action. No, trust that your soul knows all the answers and is guiding you in the right direction, is guiding you to the right people, is guiding you to the right opportunities. All you need to do from the human ego perspective is to act upon what is being sent to you on an intuitive level. And if you can do that, and release fear and doubt, then you're going to see everything unfold with ease, um, with flow, and just with, you're going to be left with so much energy and inspiration. It's just going to be a lot of fun. Okay. So I hope that helps. Wow, that was long. Okay. Tasha, Tasha Valverde. So this is for your husband who doesn't like his job, what's holding him back, and how to move from this state he's in. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get some advice from spirit, see what they have to say. Okay. Okay. Which one? Which one? Which one? This one. Okay. Here we go. Oopa. Gray squirrel and pig. You got two. Find new ways of solving problems. And pig, maintain self-worth and self-esteem. There we go. These are the two cards for your hubby. The thing that I'm feeling is at on a deep level, he really feels like he's failed. He really feels like he's wasted time. He feels like by not being able to do this job in some way or form, he's taken the blame on himself, and he really needs to look at it is it's just simply the universe trying to show him, look, there's something bigger and better out there for you, but we can't do it if you're stuck here. Okay, so the feeling of being stuck comes it's almost like it's intentional. It is the universe or his spiritual team's way of um, making him uncomfortable so he would be brave enough to make a new decision, to to reinvent himself, to reinvent his career, to think towards other jobs that would be a better suit for him. So yeah, the thing that's keeping him stuck is he doesn't want to. It's almost like in his mind, if he quits, he failed. And now that idea is uh, on a subconscious level stopping him from removing himself from the job and seeking new things. On the other hand, he also wants to continue to be a provider. Not being able to be a provider, even if it's only for a short time, there's a lot of fear attached to it. He's afraid he's not going to be able to provide. He's afraid he's not going to be able to find something that's suitable. But a lot has to do, the main cause of being stuck is him not feeling worthy, or not feeling, it's almost like he feels weak by not being able to handle this. He's self victimizing himself. He's in a state of self-victimization. It's almost like, why can't you be tougher? Why can't you be more like this? Why can't you be more like these guys? He's being too hard on himself. Okay, but they are advising to move on, right? There's the gray squirrel is saying, find new ways of solving problems, find new jobs, find new opportunities. That's really what it comes down to. And again, they really want to emphasize to him he's not failing. The job is just simply no longer feeding him with the right energy. He's just no longer resonating with it. And as you guys, as a family, are moving into a 5D reality, unfortunately, um, you guys have to move into a space where what you do, who you are, how you react, how you experience reality is more aligned with a higher vibrational plane. Okay, so but he's in a state of resistance, and if anytime we're in a state of resistance, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel um, confusing and painful, and it's just not going to feel very good. Okay, so stop being in. Release the yeah the just go for it. Just want to smack him and say, "Stop it! Stop resisting the universal push." Okay, tell him that he needs to stop resisting the universal push. You guys are moving into a higher dimensional plane, and we can't do that if he holds on to a job that is a 3D on a 3D level. He needs to think bigger, better, because it's out there and it is waiting for him to release the old so he can embrace the new. Okay, because the squirrel is mentioning about new, finding a new uh new way, a new job, a new way of life. Okay, but he needs to work on self-worth and self-esteem. Stop telling yourself that you're, something's wrong with you because you want to leave. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just being urged to move and to operate from a higher perspective. And you can't do that if you hold on to a job that holds you in the lower vibrational planes. Does that kind of make sense? Makes sense to me because he's saying anything doesn't, nothing. Totally feels off this, and I can't seem to find the words to help him. And I know this is the path he's got to figure out. Yeah, just say fuck it. He does think he's failing. I tell him he's not. I tell him all the time he deserves better and he's extremely tight, but he has low self-esteem. There you go. It's just confirmation check, check, and check. So Eric says, tell him to say, fuck it. I deserve better. Let's go. That's the attitude he's got to develop, you know. Ain't no risks, only expansions are available. Okay. All right. There you go. I hope that helps. Okay. Johanna, my sweet Johanna Lehnen. Johanna, you're joining me at the live event. I am so excited to meet you. Woo! Okay, hold on. Which one? Which one? This one. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Tasha. Okay. Johanna, I hope you're as excited as I am about this live event. I love hugs, so I'm expecting lots of hugs. Okay, anybody that's coming, I want the hugs. Even if you're not a hugger, I will hug you anyway. I'm sorry. You'll just have to deal with it. I love hugs. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Johanna. There we go. Okay, so what they're repeating in my head is keep feeling the end result, keep feeling the desired emotional content of your desired goals. Okay, don't think too much about the goals, but try and feel once the goal is achieved how that's going to make you feel. Try and be in that state of feeling. You see these two things, they match, right? And see how they're kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but they're kind of connected. They're basically saying what you feel. Let's say this is you. What you're feeling, your emotional state, your everyday vibration gets sent out into the universe. And this is your outer, this is you, and this is your outer reality, right? Your outer reality, what you see around you, your experiences, your opportunities, everything within your energetic field creates your reality, right? What you experience outside of yourself, right? So if you can remain in a state of feeling excited, feeling abundant, feeling validated, feeling successful, feeling whatever it is you want out of your dream, right? What you when you want, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I'm all over the place today. What your dream is and what you think it will bring to you, bring it into the now, feel it today, because when you do, it'll be sent out and it'll be reflected back to you. See how it's all the same? It's just a reflection, it's a mirror image. Your outer reality will mirror what you feel today and every day from now on. Okay, so this will slowly but surely start to unfold as a validation of that which you choose to be today and tomorrow and the day after, and so on and so forth. Does that make sense? So keep focusing on feeling the excitement, feeling the success, feeling the recognition of the world, all of that, feeling the abundance, the health, the excitement, the financial abundance, whatever it is, all of those wonderful things that are going to that your dream will bring to you. Feel it already today. And when you do, it will be reflected back to you through the mirror imaging of your virtual projection. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making sense. Yeah, feeling. I use my head too much. Yes, you do. You have to feel. We can't manifest with our head. It doesn't work. You can make a vision board and stare at it for the rest of your life. It's still not going to happen. You're not going to manifest until what you envision you can feel. This is what manifests, not this. Okay? This is just a computer. This is the creator. That's why they tried so hard for so long to keep everybody away from our intuition, to keep everybody away from our emotions. That's why they have villainized emotions. You gotta be cool and this and that. Being emotional is negative, and it's all bullshit. All they did was try to dismantle this creative tool. Okay. So if you want to change your future and you want to change your world, you have to stop doing what they trained you to do, and you have to move back into what the universe gave you as a gift to create, to be the ultimate creator of your reality. We have to start using it again. All right. So feel, okay? Until you feel it today, you experience it. Nothing that you envision will come to pass. The visualization process is handy, and I'll tell you why. Humans need to see things, and then when they see it in their head, they get excited in here. Okay. So visualization can help to create the emotional content, the emotional experience that will eventually help you manifest. But just visualizing it alone and still remaining in a state of fear or in a state of worry, it's positive and negative. So you remain neutral. You can't move forward if you're stepping on the gas and the brake at the same time. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So be like me. I never use my head. People call me impulsive because I only act and react upon what I feel, and not I don't include logic in my actions and reactions. I never really have. That's why I married a man I never met. But look at us, still going 21 years. Oh my God. All those doubters out there. I didn't have any doubts. I could feel it. Okay. That's why I said yes to a man I had only spoken to for 1 week after he asked me to marry him. I've made crazy decisions, or at least what seemed crazy to the outside world, but to me, they were so clear because my intuition was screaming it at me. And if I didn't do uh, what my intuition told me, I was literally feeling like I was going to go insane. Okay. That's how loud my intuition is. All of you guys can have that as well, but it's about starting to utilize it. And the more you use it, the louder it gets. Okay. I've been using my intuition since I was a kid, and all of my actions were never really logic from a human perspective, but they all brought me the biggest, most valuable experiences and adventures that anyone. I mean, I could write a book. They can make a movie off of my story. I've done so many different things, and I've experienced so many different things, and I've met so many different people all around the world. My entire life, all I've ever done is met people from all different countries constantly. Okay, so because I was always on the move, I was always, oh, feel like I need to do this now, I feel I need to do that now. So, okay, I'm babbling. I'm gonna shut it down. I hope that helps, Joanna. Less mind, more heart. Okay, okay. Okie dokie, artichoke. Let's see here. Let's see. Earth spirit. Everybody's got some cool names on here. Earth spirit. Okay. What is going on? Earth spirit, earth spirit, earth spirit. This one. Okay. All right. Ooh, there it went. Number 30, surrounded by prosperity. Your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality. That which exists outside the known is beyond a measure. There we go. Can you see it? My camera never zooms in. I don't know why it doesn't. There we go. Got this all little cool fish, and we got tortoise or turtle. What am I getting for you intuitively? Think bigger, they keep saying. Think beyond. You're too focused on the human aspect of life. You're too focused on the human idea. You identify with the idea that your creators, your ET creators, have brainwashed you with. It's almost like you need to feel the divinity within. You need to look beyond. You're not just this human version. Okay. Everything is small. Everything you manifest is just, it's almost like breadcrumbs, peanuts, because you think small. Okay. They're saying think big. All right. Think big. There is an untapped pool of wealth and abundance and joy and excitement waiting for you to tap into it, but you because you limit the perspective of self so much, it seems unreachable and it seems unimaginable to you. So you have to start believing in magic again, because the world around you is magic. It's not real. It's a virtual reality that is a projection of the energetic frequency that you align with. So re-examine your definitions. What are the definitions that you identify yourself with? Because if it's simply this human form and this human avatar that you've created with the human idea of self, then you're going to miss out on the spiritual, divine, unimaginably large self that you are as well. Okay. You're not just a human, you're more than that. And we can bring that magnitude of being into a human form and allow it to be the drive behind our creation, and then experience and receive things and experiences and relationships and jobs and whatever, that were originally unimaginable for you. Does that kind of make sense of what I'm trying to say? Um, you need to think bigger. You're not just a bleep in the universe. You're not just a drop in the ocean. You're the entire ocean. You're the entire universe. You're everything. You're I'm trying to find different ways to explain it. That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to explain it. You're not the drop. You're not one drop in an ocean full of people. Do you know what I'm saying? You're the entire ocean and beyond. You need to, yeah, think bigger. See, you're not just a fish. You're not just a turtle. You're all of it. Everything is you. Everything you experience is a projection of your energetic field. Everyone you meet is influenced and will respond to you in a way that you infuse them with your energy. You know, that's the thing. People respond to energy, they don't respond to, your idea of self. Expand the idea of self. Okay. I hope that, let it sink in. Maybe it'll resonate, but yeah. Think bigger. If you think bigger, you will receive bigger. Eric says, my guide Eric. If you think bigger, you'll get bigger. All right. There we go. Hope that helps. You sound better. Yes. My voice has returned. I was sick for a long time. Well, for over a month, I think, about 5 weeks. Oh, why is it not working? Like I said, it's not my day. Something going on. Hold on. I can't scroll down for some reason. I can't see you guys. Why is it not working? Let me do it this way. There we go. Okay. So, Earth Spirit, really believe in yourself. Believe and understand that you can change and alter everything by simply changing the way you see and feel about yourself. Okay. Okay. Peter. Peter. Is it Mati? I never know how to say it. Mata? Meti? I don't know. I don't know. You know who you are. You know who you are. This one. Earth Spirit says, I'm burning bay leaves like crazy, but seriously, it's true that I have a big feeling of failure in this life. Yes, I want to do acting, music, but I'm so filled with doubt. Don't. You're the creator. That's the thing. Why are people so afraid of their own creation? I don't get that. You are the creator, my love. You. You and you alone. What you believe is what you will receive. So if you don't like what you're receiving, you better change that story. Peter, protect your dreams. You are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. There you go. You're welcome, Earth Spirit, to just take back the steering wheel. Be the driver. Right now, your fear is driving you, is creating your reality. Take it back. Kick him out of the car. Okay? Out you go. This is my life. I'm the sole creator, so you have no place in my world. Boom, out the door. Peter, it's almost like don't give up, Peter. You've been going through a rough time, they say. You've been really, you have been on the spiritual path for quite some time, they say. And you have been, I don't know, lately everything's just kind of blows up in your face. It's just probably the best way I can say what I feel. It's almost like there's constant resistance, or at least that's how you're experiencing it, as if the universe is resisting your expansion and the work that you've been doing. It almost feels like in some way or form it's not responding the way you want it to respond. But they're saying, look, what you're going through is a transformation, is a cleansing ritual. It's almost like it's challenging you. Your own soul is creating experiences, manifesting experiences. Things have been put in place already before you came into this journey in order to challenge you and to create challenges so you can master the self. Okay. Um, it just feels like whatever the challenges are, it's not important what they are. What is important here is how you respond to them, how you work with them, how you transform them. That's the lesson here. Okay. The lesson, you can't master something if you're if you continuously react in the same way when a similar challenge arises. Do you see what I'm saying? um, Intellectually, you have great knowledge, great wisdom. You have worked hard at trying to understand and incorporate your what you know to be spiritual truth, universal truth. But the autopilot of the emotional content is still reacting as it always has. So as long as the reactions towards challenges, the perspectives towards challenges, how you choose to experience a challenge and to address it and to react upon it. As long as that is still a 3D response, you're going to continue to be challenged until you can master your own emotionality, until you can change the perspective on any challenge. You can see it as a gift, you can see it as something that is helping you to expand on a soul level. You can choose to develop new perspectives and new definitions. Does that kind of make sense? Everything is there to help you become the master of your reality. So hold on to your dreams, okay? Hold on to what you want to accomplish. Hold on to what you want to experience. It is possible for you to manifest it. It is possible for you to attract it, and you will eventually experience it. But it's gonna, the only one who's slowing it down, the process of it coming into your reality, is you, because there's still work to be done into the autopilot of emotional reaction. Okay. And changing perspectives on what people consider to be a challenge. Okay. Does It could be an extreme challenge, but how you perceive it and choose to see it will make the difference between expansion and victimization. Okay. If we remain in victim consciousness, we cannot move into being into a 5D reality where you have to be in being consciousness. And in being consciousness, we allow all experiences to come in with open arms, because we know that all experiences are there to help us. They're happening for you, not to you. Okay? I hope that makes some sense. Okay. There we go. All right. Lisa. Jamu. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Jamuzin, is that it? Okay, Lisa. Choop, 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 choop. Which one? This one? Okay. All right, Lisa. Peter says, thank you, Emma. Yes, Emma, spot on. Okay. You got this. I know you do. You'll get there. Don't give up. Just see it as a puzzle. Every challenge is a puzzle. Ooh. Let's see how good I can challenge this one with an open heart and love in my heart, and just seeing it as just another puzzle to be solved that's going to help me expand and become more empowered with each challenge. Okay. 37, detach from drama. We all need to detach from drama. Look up. Lisa Jamuzian. Am I saying that right? Jamuzian. The thing that they're saying in my head is nobody can hurt you unless you allow them to. Okay. Unless you allow yourself to move into victim consciousness. It's almost like if there are toxic people around you, if you're in a toxic environment that you know you don't belong into, or you know you don't want to be around those people anymore, even if they're family, whoever they may be, or whatever situation it may be that you think you can't get out of, you can. Okay. They're making me feel like, look, stop making excuses. They're saying it with a lot of love, but it's almost like, look, you have the power to step away. You have the power to remove yourself from a bad situation. You have the power to distance yourself from toxic people. You have the power to design and create an abundant, beautiful, inspirational life all on your own. It's almost like you're afraid of being alone, but at the same time, it just feels like that maybe the job or the people, I'm not really sure, maybe it's both. You feel victimized somehow by these people or by the job or the colleagues that are in there, whatever it may be. It just feels like you feel like you can't get out, but you can. Okay. You just have to be brave enough to trust in yourself, trust in your own wings. Trust that your own wings can support you even if the branch breaks. All right. You are stronger than you think. They keep saying you are stronger than you think. You are stronger than you think. You can redesign your entire reality should you choose to do so. And you can be successful at it, but you need to believe in your own powers 100%. You need to believe in yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to value yourself and see the worth that is there. You and you alone can change everything, they say, by detaching from the drama, from the toxicity, from the idea that you're stuck because you're not. Okay. She says, close enough. All right, good. There we go. Hope that helps. Nina. Nina Mitrushev. Okay, let's see what Spirit has to say, my sweet Nina. Which one? Which one? Which one? This one. Lisa says, thank you. Yes, people at work and the organization. Okay. What the flinging out of here? Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. This is for Nina. There we go. And then you also have Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Lisa says, confirmation I need to leave and start my own business. Hell yeah. Let's get going. You can accomplish anything, sweet Lisa. Believe in yourself. That's what you're here to learn. That's what you're here to master, to become your own master. Okay, Nina. Positivity. All I feel is positivity. Okay. It just feels like there's a purpose. They're talking about crossroads. You guys are meeting. There's a purpose. You're meeting a soulmate. You're meeting someone who's here to be and play an important role in not only your ascension, but also in how you feel about yourself. It just feels to me like whoever this individual is that's crossing your path is here to kind of what's the right word? Reunite? Is that an English word? I'm not American, so sometimes I have to reignite your light. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Reignite. Is that the right word? Is that a word, Americans? Um, to relit your flame, your light, your excitement. It's almost like this individual is here to get you in touch again with what it feels like to be excited. Uh, yes, that's a perfect word. Oh, thank you. Um, sometimes I'm like, am I making up words or what? Um, you've lost for a long time, Nina. You've lost. It's almost like you've forgotten what it feels like to be excited. You've forgotten what it feels like to feel being pulled towards something or towards someone. Do you know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're meeting an individual, and I feel like other people, new friends and stuff are coming in as well that are going to do that. But the encounter, the crossroad where you guys are crossing paths is there to re-spark those feelings, to reintroduce them into your beingness because you need those that emotional content. You need to remember what it feels like so you can then take those emotions and infuse your entire beingness with it, because when you can do that, then you raise your existence into the higher vibrational planes, and it'll help you and allow you to grow and expand and really move into a higher state of being. Okay, so whatever's going on there, just flow with it. um Follow what you feel, very important. Follow what feels right to you, even if it's a logic, even if it creates um drama maybe, on a certain level. It just feels like, if it feels right, flow towards it, because it's going to help you to reconnect with emotions that you haven't felt in a very long time, and you need to remember and re-experience those emotions in order to assist your ascension process into a higher state of being. Woo. Hope that helps. I hope that makes some sense. Whatever came out of my mouth. Okay, let's see. Hi, Tippy Top. How's your son doing, honey? Is he doing okay? Byron. Byron Cushman. Byron. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, Byron, let's get you a card. Byron. Being drawn to this one. Okay, let's see. Okay, Byron. They're taking their time, Byron. Oh, there it goes. You got two that flipped over. Okay, let's see. You got parrot and wolf. All right, let's see here. Byron. Parrot, listen intently to understand. And wolf, be independent but work together. Okay, so I'm really being drawn to this lovey-dovey kind of couple of parrots. They seem to be embracing each other, kissing each other, giving little pecks. Um, so I don't know if there's a relationship, or maybe it could be a love relationship, it could be a work relationship. But it just kind of feels like something. It's like, in order to make something blossom or bring bring them closer together, you really have to communicate. They're talking about communication, you know. You can be, you have to be an independent soul. You are experiencing this reality in your own unique way, but at the same time, it's almost like learn to truly be open, have your voice be heard in a respectful, loving way. It's about open communication. They're kind of showing me like the throat chakra being blocked up. It's like you're not always speaking your truth. You're afraid to share your ideas maybe, or your needs, or whatever it may be. You're not expressing something verbally, and in order for the relationship, again, whether it's a love relationship or a work relationship, in order for that to turn into a success story, open communication is important. Also, when I'm looking at this card, it's almost like this is you, this is how you feel, but this is who you are. You really need to think bigger in terms of self creation. I feel like you're here to be a teacher of sorts. I don't know if you ever thought about that, but like, whether it's a spiritual teacher or a coach, or an inspirational speaker, whatever it may be. It just feels like there's so much inside of you, and it's not being shared with the world. It's not being shared. Yeah, communication is key here in your life. They say communication is key. You're here to have, to be heard. You have a gift uh of speaking, but you're not utilizing it. You manipulate what you say, or you transform it in order for maybe other people, or because you think other people will not accept what you have to really say. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Byron says, nice. I had a vision about a wolf a few months ago. There's a lady I would really love to get to be around, and communication is always the challenge. That makes sense. The fear of rejection has always been a thing with myself. Yes, that's the thing. Like, speak, share. It's like, don't be afraid. It's like your voice needs to be heard. It's like you don't understand the importance of expression in this lifetime. It's super important. It's one of those things, because it feels like even with other situations, you're always holding back what you really think. It's like you're a messenger somehow. You're a messenger. That's your gift, but you're not utilizing your ability. You're not letting it unfold because fear and self-doubt and worry stops you from doing that. But that's what you're meant to do. Okay? You're suppressing your superpower, like Superman did for a long time before he was like, fuck it, here's my cape. He tried to fit in, he tried to be, he yeah, when he was younger, if you look at Superman, he would get beat up just because he didn't want to show people what his strengths are or what his abilities were. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would deny his authentic self. And it's almost like you're doing the same thing. You're denying who you're meant to be. So everything in your reality will come with the challenge of trying to help you to speak up, to express. Okay? Just blurt it out. Okay? Just like my husband did on the phone. He's like, "You want to get married?" I'm like, "This is the first time we're talking. You've never heard my voice until today. And we've only been talking for a week." Sure. He just blurted out, you know? Blech. There you go. Worked out for him, Gotta be brave. You gotta work it out. And you gotta trust that whatever comes out of you blurting it out, it's gonna happen for a reason. Everything has purpose and intention. Everything unfolds the way your soul is choosing to have the experience, okay? Blurt it out. Don't be afraid, okay? There's nothing to be fearful about anyway. It's only a temporary existence. Might as well have fun. All right, Byron. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I have faith in you. All right. Okay, let's see. Oh my lord. Sarah. Oh, Sarah Lars. Hello, my darling. Sarah Lars, 8187. Okay. Sarah Lars. I know you wanted to get a new session for next year. I'm sorry I didn't have any more spots open. They just went so fast. I think they were sold out in about 2 days. I mean, they were sold out in a day, but then I was waiting for people to confirm. It takes about a day to fill up my schedule for a whole year, and then the next day is me just waiting for confirmation on the dates if people are okay to take them. So, but the majority, almost everybody did take it, except for maybe 2 or 3 people. This one, which one? This one? This one? Yes. Okay. All right. You're welcome, Byron. Sing, my love. Just spread it all. Let it out. Say what you think. It's going to feel so liberating. You'll see. All right, Sarah. Let's get you a card. Sarah. All right. Yeah. Card for Sarah. They're trying. Oh, here we go. They're trying to pick the right one, Sarah. Vulnerability is power. Number 39. Vulnerability is power. There we go. Sarah, allow yourself to have emotional content. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's almost like for years and years and years, you've tried to be strong and you try to be the pillar that everybody leans on. And, you want to be the strong manifester and you've been working hard at it and all that stuff. But understand that emotionality and vulnerability is part of the power. Okay, it's part of the power. Being able to be vulnerable, to open yourself up, to be vulnerable while still knowing that you are uh, completely in control, of how that vulnerability affects you, makes you a superwoman if you think about it, right? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Um, what most people do in their lives is they kind of block the vulnerability. They try so hard to prevent getting hurt because they don't like how it feels and they don't like the effect of it. But they don't work on learning how to respond differently to pain, to um, challenges, and so on and so forth. So you can be vulnerable in this life. I would definitely recommend being vulnerable because it allows us to feel deeper love, deeper compassion for people, for our world, for the animals that live in it, and all the other entities that live in it. Um, you see how this You got the little one, you got the big one, and then you got this kind of portal with light above it. You see that, right? It just feels to me like you need to embrace your emotionality, your sense of vulnerability, because it is teaching you how to master and how to utilize it as a power. That might be the right the it's teaching you that emotions are powerful, powerful creators, okay? And if you can master your vulnerability by understanding that what makes you vulnerable makes you powerful, because you will have an emotional reaction when you're vulnerable, and that emotional reaction is a creative energy, right? If you understand that, then you can work towards mastering um, emotional content, emotional energy, and therefore become a master manifester that will allow you to create a new world, a portal that you'll pass through and tap into a parallel reality that will be more aligned with that power. Does that kind of make sense of what I'm saying? Right? So you can be sensitive and mushy on the inside, that if you're able to handle that in a way that aligns with what you know to be true on a spiritual level, then you will become the master of your own self, of your own energy, and you'll be able to guide it and utilize your own energy to guide you into the direction, the experiences, the opportunities that your soul wants you to move into. Does that kind of make sense? I hope I'm making some kind of sense. Okay. Hope that helps. She says, I've certainly been very vulnerable these past months. Well, it's there to help you. It's there to teach you something. It's there to teach you that we don't have to be victimized, even if we're opening ourselves up to be vulnerable and to be attacked. It's you that chooses that. Okay. That's the power right there. Bon, my mom put the phone down this afternoon and is upset with me, but this is a reoccurring thing. She's 92. I'm fed up of forgiving. Okay, Bon, let's get you a card, my love. I'm tired of forgiving. I love how you say that. I'm tired of forgiving. Okay, this one. Yes, utilize that vulnerability because there is power to it. Okay, let's see. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. This is card one. And then my outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Okay, look, I don't know if you'll understand what I'm trying to say, but um, she responds, her responses reflect your expectations. You expect she's going to do something like that on an unconscious level. You don't expect her to change. You don't think she's ever going to change. So, therefore, you're always going to get the same kind of bullshit, if you want to look at it that way. Um, what they want you to know is the more you put energy into something, the more you're going to receive it, right? So instead of allowing yourself to get emotionally triggered by her actions, really work, as they're talking about, what you experience outside of yourself as a reflection of what's going on the inside. Your mom is triggering you, and there's a lesson there to be learned. You have to figure out, why exactly does her behavior trigger me? What is it that I feel on the inside that why do I feel attacked? Why does that bother me? You know, that's the question you need to ask. People can do what they want. You should see the shit that I get flung at every day, okay? From complete strangers that I've never met. It does not bother me at all because I don't need to be victimized. I don't allow myself to be victimized by anything or anyone, okay? It's a choice. I've worked through the insecurities that I have. Um, I even have family that thinks I'm a complete Looney Tune. That's okay. I still love them and I still communicate them, even if they walk out of my house whenever I talk about spirits and they're like, oh, you're just crazy. I don't want to talk about this bullshit. You're just a conspiracy theorist. Doesn't affect me at all. Okay. What you're here to learn, what she's here to teach you is how to not be affected by it. But the only way you're going to learn how to do that is by really doing a lot of honest internal searching and figuring out why her behavior triggers you so much. Okay. What is it that you think you need from her in order for you to feel better about the relationship? There's something there that you always felt was missing in your relationship that you're still craving and that she's still denying you. And as long as you hold on to the idea that you need something or some kind of validation or some kind of feeling or some kind of energy from another person in order for you to feel empowered, to feel good, to feel immune to rudeness. Uh, uh, until you figure that out, you're always going to be triggered. Do you see what I'm trying to say here? Um, that's what the experience is trying to teach you. It's trying to show you that how you choose to react with her behavior is your responsibility. You choose to feel bothered by it. You don't have to forgive her if you don't want to. Okay. Forgiveness is just simply choosing for yourself to no longer be affected by her energy. Okay. You don't understand the forgiveness process. Forgiveness is never for the other person. I forgive you for being a dick to me. Okay. I forgive you for being a toxic energy vampire. It's not for them, it's for you. Forgiveness means that you are now saying, I am no longer allowing your energy to affect my peace, to affect my balance, to affect my joy. You can do what you want. It is not going to hurt me one bit, right? That's true forgiveness. Okay. But you can't get there until you heal the triggers. Why? The original reason, the source, the roots, the root cause of why you keep being triggered by her over and over and over and over again. Okay. That's the lesson here. That's what they want you to look into. That's why it keeps coming back. The same experience, the same trigger will keep coming back until you go to the root cause of why her behavior hurts you so much and then heal that foundation because you need to infuse it with the truth. Nobody can hurt you unless you choose to be a victim. Okay? So transcend victim consciousness, move into manifestor consciousness, and choose forgiveness in a good way. Okay. Forgiving is for you, it's not for her. Thank you. She triggers me, but yes, perhaps I expect it. She doesn't validate. It's true. I'll never make her happy. I must move on and see separation. You don't need to make her happy. You need to make yourself happy, my darling. How she chooses to respond is her responsibility. Nobody's here to make other people happy. No one. The only person you'll ever be able to make happy is yourself. And by moving into a happy space, by raising your vibration, by being an example of love and light and just pure bliss, you infuse the people around you with that love, with that joy, with that excitement, with that inspiration. And then they use that energy and do the work to then also feel happy. We don't make other people happy. We don't need their approval. We don't need their contentment. No, you become happy, and then your energy will naturally help others to find their own happiness as well. That's how the universe works. Okay. I don't do anything to make my mom happy. I simply love her. I accept that my mom is also very different than me. We have very different perspectives, but at the same time, we support each other as well. Do you see what I'm saying? It's relationships and family can be toxic, but only if we allow the toxicity to penetrate our heart. Okay? And that is your responsibility. That is what mastering the self is all about. And yeah, doesn't matter what you're not here to make her happy, to please her. That's not why you're here. Okay? That's her responsibility. How she feels, not your responsibility. All you can do is be the most bright, authentic version of yourself. And whether or not other people accept that, whether it's your bright, authentic version of yourself, and whether or not other people accept that, whether it's your mother or a complete stranger, doesn't matter. She's not really your mom. She's just a soul that chose to play the part, that chose to challenge you so you can expand and become self-empowered and become, uh, you know, um, and become your truest self. Become um, the master of your own emotions. That's what she's here to do. She's trying to help you. Her soul on a soul level has signed up to be your trigger so you can learn to become untriggered. Do you see the thing here? Be grateful that she's giving you hell you can learn how to ascend, how to transcend the bullshit. That's what her soul's doing. Okay? Her human self doesn't know that, but her soul essence does. That's what you guys agreed upon. Okay? Everybody who triggers you or pushes your buttons is a soul that you agreed upon with before coming to this earth to be a drive for expansion. So you got to look at all the challenging people around you. They're there to make you stronger. They're there to make you the master of your creation. They're there to expand you as a soul by pushing you and challenging your human emotions, so you can then infuse spiritual emotionality and human emotionality into a beautiful blend that uplifts your beingness. Don't know if that makes sense, but that's what this is all about. So change how you see things, get to the root cause of the trigger, heal that trigger, and transcend the toxicity. Okay? Okay. I hope it helps. Mhm. La Vantip. Did I say that right? La Vantip. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Join, 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 join. This one. Healing triggers is hard. It is, but absolutely possible. Oh, goodness, I signed up for it. Yes. And that's a hard one to accept as well, that we sign up for people to push our buttons. But it's for your good. That's why Spirit always says life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Every relationship we have, we created and installed before we were even born. And it was there to help us have certain experiences in order for us to experience certain growth patterns, what it feels like to go through that growth, that healing, that, you know, unfortunately we do create it. And I know a lot of people struggle with that. Well, I didn't create to be raped, and I didn't create, for my child to be murdered. And you did. Unfortunately, I was raped. I went through challenges. I created that together with my dick of a grandfather. But it's all in how you look at it. It doesn't hurt me anymore because I embraced it. I've seen it as a gift. It ruined my childhood, but at the same time, I learned things that other people might have, that other people who don't go through those challenges might not learn. I learned how to disconnect from my body when he was raping me. I learned how to meditate because I was so depressed and suicidal. I was in my room from the moment I was like 8 years old till I was like 18. I was always in my room in the state of solitude, listening to classical music, zoning out. I was constantly meditating and leaving my body. I didn't know I was doing that. I was just, in my mind, I was just depressed. But when I look back to it, I learned how to really read energy because of that, because I was so scared of people that they were going to hurt me. I learned how to really read people's energy. I learned how to understand the human psyche. I learned all the things that I needed in order to become a good channel and a good spirit translator. I needed that foundation of pain and agony, and I need it enhanced my compassion for people. I don't want anyone to ever go through the suffering that I did, to the internal suffering, the physical suffering, everything, the constant idea of leaving this world and death. And I don't, the lack of self-confidence, and I hated myself, and I couldn't look at myself in the mirror, and I had zero confidence, and I had constant anxiety attacks. My childhood and young adulthood was hell, you know, but it made me the person that I am today. You know, I sacrifice a lot to help people, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. This is not just a job for me. This is something I do nonstop, like from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. Yes, I have my sessions because I need to eat and we need money. We just live in a world that needs money. We need an exchange of energy. But at the same time, I am constantly, I got neighbors, I got friends, I got family that are constantly in need of guidance and help and assistance. So, you know, it's constant advice, constant coaching, constant, strangers. Sometimes I go to a store. Gerald hates going into a store with me, but sometimes I go to a store, people just flock towards me. I have strangers that come up and talk to me and start telling me their life story. Spirit is always pushing people in my direction. And then Gerald continues shopping, and I'm there in the shop going, yeah, well, I feel this and I think that. And these people don't even know who I am, but they come over to tell me their life story and what they're struggling with. I give them advice and I never see them again. But it's who I am. Everything I went through strengthened me in my abilities, strengthened me within myself, pushed me to heal, to look at things differently, pushed me to experience such a wide spectrum of emotions, all these subtle little differences, which programmed my body to be able to translate energy frequency. If people give me a picture of a person, I can tell you in detail what kind of person that is, what they struggle with, what their thoughts are, because I can read it in the energy, because I learned from a young age by constantly being in those frequencies of suffering, I learned what every frequency feels like. And if I'm close to a person or even a picture and I tap into that person, I can feel the things that I went through. And therefore I can translate what that energetic field says. Anyway, going off topic. But anyway, everything is put in place, no matter how cruel the world may seem or how cruel your experience may seem. Trust me, at some point, you're going to wake up, whether it's after death or during life. You're going to understand. Someday you will understand that all that suffering had meaning and purpose and was very valuable to your soul. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. Lavantip. I don't know if I'm saying that right though. Okay, so you have two Metatron Rainbow Bridge, always open, number 27. Here we go. And then you have number 39, Green Heart Healing. There we go. Okay. And that's the trick. Look at it from a higher perspective. And in the end, when you are healed and you've transcended victim consciousness, you'll be able to look at those people that pushed you, challenged you, hurt you, and you'll be able to say thank you for choosing to be a trigger to me, for choosing to do things to me that would ultimately push me to become the person, the soul, the gift I was meant to be. Okay? Even though we should not uh, encourage it, we do have to create a world that goes against, you know, that tries to solve problems of child abuse and rape and all of that. We do have to work towards that in the future and now, I guess. But just know that it's all part of the ascension process. First, we have to understand it, then we can heal it and transform it into our future world, our 5D plane. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense, but we first have to go through it in order to prevent it and heal it for the future. Okay. Why am I very being drawn to that rainbow? Lava. Am I saying that? Is it Lara or lava? I don't remember. I can't read my own handwriting. I'm just really being drawn to the rainbow. It's almost like you're always putting your happiness out there somewhere in the future. You- You're always, someday I'll be happy, someday I'll be abundant, someday I'll have a job I like, someday, whatever it may be for you. It's always like you're always putting it in the future. You're It's almost like you're always waiting for the right time, the right opportunity to have the right amount of money. You're always in waiting. Is that going to make sense? You're always in waiting. And they're saying, don't wait. They're saying the doors are always open. You can start creating today. You're protected. See these wings? You're protected. You're being guided. So it's almost like they're saying, stop postponing things in the future tense. Just shoot into action. Okay. You got to heal the fear in your heart. They're talking about heart healing, but I feel fear. You're afraid to move forward if you don't know how everything's going to unfold, they say. But the thing is, you have to unfold it one day at a time. It's almost like every day is a gift. And every time you open the gift, it's going to give you a clue to the next step, and then the next step, and the next step, right? That's how you manifest. That's how you create. If you're always waiting for all the answers to come to you before you are courageous enough to start taking steps forward, you'll always be in a state of waiting. It's never going to come to you. It's never going to arrive. It's never going to manifest because you're always in a state of waiting. Okay. If you remain in a vibration of waiting, that's what you'll get. More waiting and more waiting and more waiting and more waiting. Live and bring your attention to the now moment. Live today and today only. Because what you do today creates your tomorrow. What the energy you choose to remain in today, the thoughts, the feelings you have, the excitement you have, or the non-excitement, whatever it is you're feeling on a day-to-day basis is what you're going to get more of with every day that shows up. Okay. So it's really important, they say, that you don't put everything at the end of the rainbow. Don't put your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Put it here right in front of you and just, you know, take it with you with each step, knowing that, that gold is going to help you to unfold a beautiful future. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, really focus on that. Focus on living mindfully in the moment, understanding fully that what you choose to be today, vibrationally, okay, is what's going to continue into the tomorrow. Okay, because the universe doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are vibrationally. It always matches your vibration. It doesn't understand what you want. The universe understands that what you are vibrationally, the vibration, the feeling that you choose to reside in, that is what you want. That's how the universe thinks. Okay, so it'll give you more of that. That's how it works, right? But a lot, in your mind, whatever it is that you want to achieve, until you work towards it one day at a time, free of fear, free of doubt, and simply know that if I follow what feels right to me and infuse it with the same amount of excitement and joy as if already have accomplished it today, then that is what I'm going to create more of tomorrow, and so on and so forth. And therefore, slowly but surely, are moving towards manifesting it into physical reality. Okay, you need to focus on, yeah, utilizing the energies correctly. That's what they show. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. Okay. No, no, no. Natalia Kuzminova. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. All right. Boop. Natalia. Stellar Gateway Activation, Infinite Potential Manifestation Vortex. There you go. They just want to remind you, my dear, they just want to remind you of the infinite potential that you have to access a reality that really resonates with you. You see this kind of Stargate, and it's got all these different symbols on it, right? These are all possible realities, all possible destinations for your future. And you get to choose which one it is, but you need to believe in your own potential. You need to believe in your own power. You need to continue to work on stop feeling victimized by colleagues or bosses or ex-partner, whatever it may be that you're currently feeling victimized by. It's like, you know, all you need to do is believe in your infinite potential to create. If you can do that, then you can access an unlimited amount of parallel realities that will align with that which you choose to experience. Okay, but you can't do that if you're, one, still doubtful that you're going to make a mistake. There are no mistakes. You can't make mistakes. You can only make choices that will lead to experiences that will lead to expansion. Okay. There are no mistakes. So you need to let go of the idea of mistakes, and you need to let go of the idea that people are there to hurt you, harm you, or mm, or try to make you fail in life. N- Nobody can do that unless you believe in it. If you believe in it, it's like a curse. Some people believe in curses, and some people believe in hexes, and people in black magic, where people can put voodoo on you, and I don't know what else. None of that shit works unless you believe that that shit is real. Okay? If you don't believe that that stuff actually works, if you don't believe in any of that, then nothing can happen to you. Those things work only if you hear about it and put energy into it and make it real, make it true. Okay? Does that make sense? That's how they operate, those things. If somebody says, "I put a curse on you," and you truly believe in that shit is real, then you're going to experience it. Not because the curse is real, because it's not, but because you just created it in your own energetic field. You see what I'm saying? Remove yourself from that kind of thinking, and yeah, keep working on self-empowerment and self-creation. Okay. Get another piece of paper. My paper's full. Keep going, my love. I know you'll get there. I know you will get there. Okay. Let's see. The smaragd wings. The smaragd wings. Okay. You're not making it easy on me. Okay. Let's see here. This one. All right. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. There it is. Lost and found. Okay. What was once lost is about to be found thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. There you go. You have abilities that are kind of covered under a layer of self doubt and disillusion. They're using the word disillusion. Um, it's almost like you still allow the human perspective on life to infuse your reality, while you should allow the spiritual perspective to infuse your reality. You're still living according to human rules in a world that is designed by spiritual law. Do you know what I'm saying? You're, what's the right word to express what I feel? You're stuck because you continue to identify as a human while you are a spiritual, divine, creative, infinite being that is massive. Okay. This body is not who you are. Okay. Your soul is huge. an enormous energetic field, and your body is inside your soul. Inside this massive energetic field is your physical body hopping around on a conscious level. Okay. So your soul is not in your body's in your soul. Okay. So your soul is who you are. Your physical human vessel is just a temporary movie role character that you're playing. This is just a costume. This is not who you are. This is a role you're playing, a temporary role in order for you to have certain experiences, to get to understand your soul better. But you have to have, these kind of experiences of duality is the only way to better understand what you are. Because you know intellectually what you are, you know everything that is about you, but you don't truly know because you have to experience it. And that you can't experience it at your home. In your natural state, the frequencies are too high. So you choose to temporarily create a movie for yourself, um, a virtual reality, a temporary virtual reality where you connect energetically to a body that you then operate, but you're not in the body. Okay. Your body is being driven by your energetic field that surrounds it, by your soul energy. Your soul energy is the battery to the body. It keeps the cells alive, right? That's the light energy that they talk about. Um, but as long as we're in this life and we simply choose to acknowledge the human vessel, the human, eh, and we simply only identify with this vessel, then you're disempowering yourself. Then you're dismissing all the other aspects of you that are very present, but you're covering them up. You're hiding them, right? Because you're not acknowledging that they're a part of you. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And it's almost like they're saying you gotta take away those layers that you've put on top of him in order for you not to acknowledge them. You gotta take away the rugs. You've been covering everything up. And if you do that, when you start to peel away layer after layer of, dismissal and um, denying aspects of yourself and so on and so forth, then you're going to find what was once lost. You're going to find the grandeur of who you are. You're going to find your power again. You're going to find healing again. You're going to find um, reconnection again with your team, with the people around you, with the universe, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be life transforming when you start to identify with the whole aspect of you and not just the temporary role that you're playing. Does that kind of make sense of what I'm trying to say? Um, that is the message here. Okay. Stop identifying with only the human actor, but start to identify the fact that you are every aspect of the movie: the creator, the writer, the director, the producer, the actor, the observer, the audience. You're everything. Everything is you. Okay. You're much bigger than just you playing the role. All right. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Who else are we being drawn to? There's so many of you. Heather. Heather 937. Okay, let's get a card for Heather. Which one? Which one? This one. Heather. All right. Heather, Heather, Heather. Oink, there it went, Heather. Cat, be relaxed and independent. There's the first one. And then hedgehog, be a magnet for light, love, and joy. Okay. All right. Heather. It's kind of weird, but what I hear in my head is, don't worry about it. That's what I hear in my head. Don't worry about it. Just allow it to unfold the way it does. Do not move into a state of panic. Do not move into a state of distress. Do not move into a state of stress at all. They're saying everything is unfolding the way it's meant to. Okay. Just allow the universe to do what it does in order for you to be guided into something more suitable, is what they're using as words. More suitable. So be, it says be relaxed and independent, but it's more like just surrender to it. Okay, you don't need to know all the answers. Just know that whatever is happening for you. It's going to allow you to become a magnet for that which brings much more joy and much more resonance. They're using the word resonance with you. It's almost like, even though the job you're currently in pays the bills and everything, it almost feels like there's something better out there that is much more resonant with who you are. So yeah, relax. Okay, don't stress about it. Let it unfold the way it does, and then then act upon what you're being guided to do. Does that kind of make sense? So just relax, Heather. Everything is beautiful. Everything is working as it is meant to happen. All right, hope that helps. Let's see. Grey's Anatomy. Oh no. Gray Eyes and Tyler. Am I saying that right? Gray Eyes and Tyler. Okay. Let's see. This one. Okay. Even you're laughing with it. Gray Eyes and Tyler. Oh, that one just flung out. Unraveling. I feel like we need another one. Weep. Feel. Don't think. Oh, love that. Feel. Don't think. Okay. Bruce Lee would say that. Feel, don't think. We need emotional content. Bruce Lee, very clever guy. Okay. You have 2, unraveling, number 2, and 4, feel. Don't think. Be water, my friend. Yes. Put water in a cup and it becomes the cup. Put water in the teapot and it becomes the teapot. Be water, my friend. Water can flow, crash. I've watched too many of his videos. He hangs out with me a lot. Ever since I channeled him a long time ago. Oh my god, so many years ago. He's been hanging out with me. I like him. Always guiding me to his videos for some reason. When I'm feeling down, there's a video of Bruce that jumps out. Okay. Feel, don't think, and everything is unraveling. Um, I'm really being drawn to this in the picture. It's almost like a brain. I don't think that's what it is, but it's almost like a brain with a heart in it. You see that? Um, what they're saying is your intentions are good. Um, you're very compassionate, you're very loving, you're very giving. But you overanalyze and over categorize everything. You're working too hard at being, right? A lot of people, when they start to spiritually awaken, they start to fill their heads with knowledge and wisdom. They start to watch every video and everything, and they get so curious in the beginning. They get so curious that they just overflood themselves with information. And you're kind of the same way as what they're saying. You're just always trying to absorb what the spiritual community is saying, or other people are saying that might not be completely loose from the spiritual connection. It just feels like you're always unconsciously one dependent on other people's input, because what you feel to be true you don't trust. Okay, and so you fill your head with information because other people must know it better than you, right? That's what you unconsciously believe. So you're always seeking validation, you're always seeking outside sources to confirm what you know to be true. But the thing is, you have the natural ability of knowing, is what I call that. You know things, right? And you don't know how you know, you just know. And then by seeking information, you will get validation of that which you already knew. Okay. But the thing is, you gotta learn to let go of the need for validation. You just have to believe and know that what you know is knowledge, that what you know is truth, is accurate. You gotta you're overthinking it. The feelings are there, the intuitive connection is there, the you tapping into sources beyond the human capacity is there. The knowings are there, but you need to simply embrace them, trust them, give them your trust, your faith, your purpose. It just feels like you're an all-knowing being, but your insecurities force you or drive you to overanalyze and then completely destroy what you know to be true. It's almost like you get information and then you start doubting, and then you start looking into other people's ideas about it, and then you find contradictive things that people are saying. Well, which one is it? And then you start doubting yourself, and then you're completely self-sabotaging everything you received, and then eventually you give up and you dismiss it. And when you do that, you give away your power. You acknowledge to the universe that I'm not connected. I'm not this. I'm not that. I can't do it. You know, you see the lion, trust, trust, trust what you receive, even if it makes no sense. Trust it anyway. If only you knew how much shit I get. And I go, what? Really? That goes against human logic. but I trust it anyway. I trust that what I get is true, even if it is completely nutballish. Okay? It's not up to me to decide what's nutballish and what's not. So I accept it as truth because I know it to be true, even though I don't know how I know, I just know. Okay. And it's that knowing that I trust. And that's what you need to focus on, to learn to trust what you know to be true, even if it's not truth for other people. If it's being felt as truth to you, then it's true in your reality, then it's true, you know. So much of this world is not what they say it is. Almost 90% of our world, or the idea of the world that we have, is a lie. That's the reality. The things that are labeled as imaginary or fictional, I can guarantee you is almost 85% truth. Truth that has been, covered up and, manipulated. But you have the gift of knowing, my dear. And you need to start trusting it. You need to stop destroying your gift by overanalyzing, overcompensating, and being overly reliant on outside sources to confirm what you already know. There, boom. Now go. That's the thing. All right. That's the thing. Hi, Ben. Good evening. Ben had a reading with me that long ago. That's why I recognize your name. Okay. Sweet, sweet Ben. Let's see here. Ben is an excellent healer and hypnotherapist, and has native roots that he needs to explore. Am I right, my sweetheart? If I remember correctly, you left an impression on me. Okay. Can't wait to see how you evolve as well. All right, my darling. Truth is not for sale. There we go. Truth is not for sale. Let's get you a card. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to be able to get to all of you because I've already been channeling for 2 hours. But like I said, if you really like these kind of sessions, I do them weekly on my Patreon page. It's only $5 for a month. And on Patreon, the groups are a lot smaller. So the chance of you getting a card almost every week is a lot larger than when I do these every now and then on YouTube. This one. Okay. And you have access to over 200 channeled posts answering your questions about the universe, and monthly Jesus messages, and celebrity channelings that you cannot find anywhere else, and behind the scenes videos, and healing videos, guided meditation videos, so much. And you can also gift a subscription to a family member or a friend. There are gift certificates on there available. A great gift for Christmas. All right. Truth is not for sale. Ooh, did you see that one fling? There we go. Tiger, accept your magnificence. And snake, live according to your divine essence. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Be your true self is what keeps coming in my head. Um, you're still trying to play a part. You're still trying to play a role in order to fit in order to get approval. The word approval comes in for you. It's almost like you still feel you need approval, whether it's from parents or a boss or a partner or whatever it may be, even approval of yourself, right? Sometimes, we're not happy with ourselves and we don't give ourselves the approval. Don't seek approval. Seek authenticity, is what they're saying. Okay. Don't seek approval, seek authenticity. Be the tiger in your journey. Okay. Fearless, um, magnificent, beautiful, empowered. Okay. And the same thing with the snake. A lot of people are scared of snakes, but they are resilient animals. They transform themselves constantly without fear. Okay. They're not afraid of what you think. They know who they are. They're very self-confident. So, yeah, live according to the authentic self, regardless of the approval of others. Okay, you need to become free. You've always wanted to experience freedom and what that really feels like. And it's like you've never truly experienced what real freedom feels like because you always feel stuck in the system. You feel stuck in the system, you feel stuck in the approval rates of others about you. You do things in order to get the approval. You do things in order to feel loved or appreciated. Step away from that and just find that approval within. Find it within, they say. If you can find it within, then you'll no longer need it outside of yourself. And therefore, you'll be walking into your own shoes, walking into your own path. Does that kind of make sense? That's really what you need to, yeah, what you need to work up to. All right. So I hope that helps. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let's get you a card. And then I'm going to do a group card. And then S.T. Stolper. My sweetheart. Thank you so much. I'm going to get you a card. Let's see this one. And then I'm going to do a group card for everyone. Oh, also, I forgot to tell you guys. So on Patreon this month, December, I record videos for the 2026 yearly predictions, horoscope, whatever you want to call it, for every zodiac sign. Does that make sense, right? Per zodiac sign, there's a video. They're about 30 to 40 minutes long per video, where we talk about the different elements, the different aspects of life, and the information that Spirit gives me for the new year. Okay. If you're interested in that and you join Patreon, of course, you will have access to them. Or you can also purchase the videos individually on my Patreon without subscribing to Patreon. You can just purchase it as well. Okay. Just so you guys know. If you're interested in New Year predictions per zodiac sign, they are available on my Patreon. See, Patreon is just it's where the magic happens, okay? It's where I do almost all of the work on a group level. Hi, guys. Hi, Peggy. Oh, it's Sharon. I knew your name sounded familiar. Sharon, thank you for all the donations. I know you've donated a lot. And I truly, truly appreciate it. All the little extras help for us and my family. Thank you guys. Tina Marie says, I'm on Patreon and I love it. Yeah. Thank you to everyone who donates. I have people who donate regularly. You have no idea how much that helps us. Trust me, it does. Sharon, where's your card, my darling? Woo! Okay, hold on. Fell to the ground. Don't look at the background. It's oh Lord. There we go. Ooh. Just a lot. My office has become a dumping ground. Okay. But that's not why you're here, to look at my office. Not that important. One, resilience. There is no need to rush or push. This is a time to take things as they come. You have the determination and patience to handle what is happening. There we go. And then number 18, clearing the excess. You are entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, whether it's in your physical body or your physical space. Okay, okay, here, there we go. Can I get that? Can you see it? There we go, there we go. Sharon, it's almost like do a cleaning, a cleansing, a I don't feel like you're in a bad place, but it's almost like your energetic field is cluttered. That's what it feels like. It's almost like there's just too much stuff in there. It's almost like simplify. Okay, do some maybe rearrange the furniture. Um, get rid of everything that you don't ever use. You know, we tend to hold on to so much stuff. Maybe have a yard sale or something. Um, in your physical space, it just kind of feels like you really hold on to a lot of stuff that just kind of accumulates and it disrupts the harmony within your home. But even within yourself, you feel so, you're such a giving, loving person. You're always giving, giving, giving. You're the person that everybody counts on. You're the person that everybody leans on. Um, you're giving it all away, but you're not giving anything to yourself or keeping anything for yourself. When I look at this thing, I just see the heart, and you're just, you're giving, you're helping all your friends and your family and everybody, whoever needs something can always count on you. But eventually you get drained. I just feel like you're drained. I feel like you're tired, you're exhausted. Um, you're trying to function like you used to, but it's not working 100% anymore. And they're just saying, don't push yourself. Take time to recuperate, take time to reinvent your space, your home. That's really going to help you with your rebuilding your energy and your health. It just feels like you need to take time to, in a way, cleanse and clear a lot of cluttered energy within your energetic field, within your body, and within your physical space. And when you do that, when you take some time to, in a way, reorganize everything, it's going to allow a lot of old energies and just, it's almost like unnecessary energies that just kind of linger on. They're there, but they don't really do much, but they're still present. You know what I'm saying? It just cluttered energy that just drains you and brings you, you know, feeds off you while it doesn't really serve any purpose. I don't know if that makes any sense of what I'm saying. But yeah, take some time for you, my dear. My dear, take some time to. I'm really drawn to this wave as well. So the water is a cleanser. It just can wash over you, and you feel reborn. You know, cleanse and clear. Take time for you. Take a break. Reinvent. Maybe create a new schedule, a new routine that's more aligned with what you need to remain stable and balanced. Okay? Yeah, really, really take care of you for a little bit. Okay? Time for you. All right. I'm going to do a group card. This one. I'm going to do a group card. And in the end, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm sorry I can't get to everyone. There's just too many people that come and go. Like I said, if you like these, I do them every week on my Patreon page. And they are smaller groups of people. So the chances of getting a card every time is a lot better. But a lot of really profound information I feel was given in this session. So if you came in at a later time, I would definitely recommend you to rewatch it because I think we could learn a lot from the answers and the guidance that was given. We can all learn from the information that was shared. That I know for sure. What do you guys want to tell everyone? Oh, there is. Who's watching? We got two cards. Karma, untying the knots. Number 28 and then number 38. Chakra, light body. Okay, there you go. There you go. Oh, you're welcome, Cecilia. Go check out Cecilia. She has a readings from Cecilia. She has a wonderful YouTube page where she pulls cards as well. Go check her out too. All right. Let's see. It's all about alignment, is what they're saying. It's all about alignment for everyone. This is, to me, they're talking about karma here, but that's not what I'm feeling. This is like the matrix, it's like the blueprint of this world. There's all these connections and everything can lead to everywhere, right? But which direction you choose to move into will determine what reality or what experiences you have. But ultimately, it all leads up to the same goal. Okay. No matter how you get there, that's not really that important. Humans are so focused on the journey. No, they're so focused on the end destination that they don't understand that, they want to go from A to B in a straight line, right? There's the desired outcome. Let's go there in a straight line. But the thing is, when we take all we take all these separate routes and we just kind of stroll along trying to figure out how to get there, that's what's valuable. That's what's important. Once you reach your goal, now what? Right? The excitement is very short lived. Well, I reached it now. Now what do I do? It's the journey there that's really important. It doesn't matter how you get there. Each step you take is an important one. Each experience you attract is an important one. It helps you to align who you are with the reality that you're in, but it also helps you to understand every different aspect of you, all the different energies that are you, all the different qualities that are you. Does that kind of make sense? So That's what I'm getting from the cards. See, sometimes they say completely different things, but that's what I'm getting. So understand that the journey is where the value is. Okay. Even if you're taking a detour, you didn't really take a detour. You were just guided to have certain experiences before you reached a certain point, right? A certain, it's like kind of like, when you take a hike, when you're hiking, and there's all these different paths. Have you ever seen that? Like, let's say you have a really big forest, and then here in Europe, I don't know if they have that in America, but in Europe, there's all these signs where you can take a short path, a long path, a path with great views, and another path is more challenging, more rock climbing, and so on and so forth. There's all these different trajectories, but they all lead you to the same end destination. So, you know, whichever path you choose to experience is going to be valuable for your individual soul, because every soul has a different trajectory. It has a unique path it's choosing to experience in order to accumulate certain uh, wisdoms about oneself, if that makes sense. So it doesn't matter how you get there. What matters is that you enjoy the ride, that you enjoy the journey. That's what matters. In order to master your own spiritual self, you have to learn to master the path. Okay. To always be open, receptive, um, ready to embrace every challenge as a gift. If you can do that, then life will be easy. You'll always have challenges. This is a reality of duality. Okay. But if every challenge is being seen as a gift, as a puzzle that's going to make you stronger, more independent, more connected with your abilities, and so on and so forth, then you're going to perceive them differently, which will influence your creations differently, which will influence how you manifest things, what you manifest. If you choose to see everything as a challenge and as hard and as a punishment, and you choose to experience everything as a victim, then that energy will infuse what you attract in the future, and what you attract will reflect back all those qualities that I just said. You see what I'm saying? But if you choose to embrace everything for what it is, it's just a virtual reality. This version of yourself does not define your soul, does not define who you are. You are much larger than you can possibly imagine. And this is just a bleep in your existence to better understand certain aspects of yourself by placing yourself in a situation that you cannot place yourself in when you're home. Okay, so look for it, see it for what it is, and learn to master your own emotionality, because emotionality is energy in motion, is what creates and manifests. And if you can control, and it's not really control, but guide that into a higher vibrational frequency, then you'll see that your manifestations will reflect just that. Do you kind of see what I'm trying to say? Emma, let go and make room for new. That's the third time I've heard that this week. That message was also for me. You're welcome, Peggy. Yeah, let go and make room for new. All right, guys, I hope this helps. Um, I've done 18 people, not too bad, I guess. But again, if you guys like this, I my messages are long and extensive, so it takes me a little bit. But I also know that my messages are helping and resonating with uh, other people here in the chat. So thank you guys for joining me today. It was really wonderful, and I hope to see you all on Patreon. I also hope to see you all on my live event here in France. And I wish you all the very, very best for the new year, for the holidays. I hope you guys are able to enjoy it. I hope you're able to transcend victim consciousness and really be with people even if they are on a different spectrum than you are, and to be able to be comfortable and pleasant and yeah, feel peaceful around them. Okay. Embrace everyone with love, embrace everyone with the knowing that they are all on their unique path, and what they do and what they choose to manifest is perfect for their soul's chosen experiences. Okay. But know and understand that the world and other people's choices do not need to take away your peace, do not need to take away your health, do not need to create stress and all of that. Okay. You have the power to remain and in a balanced state. Okay. All right. You're very welcome. All right. I'm going to go. Love you. I'll see you guys later.